Sometimes it feels like everything around us is falling apart, like the storms of life are too big to face alone. But what if I told you that the greatest storms bring the most powerful new beginnings? Today, let's dive into the story of Noah and discover how even in the flood, God was writing a plan of hope. The world was drowning in darkness, violence, selfishness, evil in every heart. The creation God once called very good had been corrupted. But in the midst of all that destruction, there was one man who was different. Noah walked with God. He was righteous, believed even when no one else did. God looked at Noah and saw a spark of hope, and then came the calling. Build an ark, great boat. Rain is coming, but you and your family will be saved. Now, Noah had never seen rain. People called him crazy. Why this huge boat, Noah? Are you out of your mind? But he kept going, hammer after hammer, day after day, faith after day. Sometimes obeying God doesn't make sense. It seems illogical. But that's what faith is. Trusting when your eyes can't see. Trusting when your heart doesn't fully understand. Noah didn't build the ark in a day. It took years of work, years of trust, and then the first drop fell, then another and another. What once seemed like madness became the only way to survive. As the waters rose, the ark floated. God closed the door. And inside the ark, Noah saw that all the effort had been worth it. Sometimes obedience feels pointless until the storm hits, and then we realize God was preparing us to survive what others didn't see coming. But the storm wasn't over yet. It rained for 40 days. But that wasn't the end. Noah waited months for the waters to go down. Imagine being locked in, not knowing when it would all be over, but still waiting. God was speaking. Silence hurt, but it was never absence. He was working the whole time, and when the dove returned with a branch, hope returned to Noah's heart. Finally, the ark touched solid ground. Noah stepped onto dry land, and his first act was to give thanks. He built an altar, not to ask, but to worship. And God made a promise. Never again will I destroy the earth this way. I will place a rainbow in the sky as a sign of my covenant. Maybe today, you're facing a flood, a loss, a job crisis, a silent pain no one sees. But remember Noah. While the world was collapsing, God was saving and preparing a new beginning. Let's pause here for a moment. Close your eyes. Imagine standing on the shore of a vast ocean. The waves crashing into the sand, each wave representing a challenge, a fear, a worry that crashes into your life. You feel small, overwhelmed, wondering how you'll navigate the turbulent waters ahead. But then you see it in the distance, a beacon of hope, a lighthouse guiding ships through the stormiest of nights. This lighthouse represents God's presence in your journey. Even when the storms hit and the waves seem like they'll swallow you whole, remember that God is there. He's the lighthouse keeper, watching, caring, ready to help you stay afloat. Open your eyes. Are you feeling a little better? Can you feel His presence giving you strength? Now let's continue our story. In the swirling chaos of life, where challenges crash over us like waves, it's easy to lose sight of the calm waters that lie ahead. We feel tossed and turned by the winds of change, questioning if we'll ever reach the shores of stability and peace. But just as Noah built his ark on the instruction of God, we too can find our path to navigate life's stormy seas. Think back to the story of Noah. Faced with the daunting task of constructing a massive ark amidst ridicule and skepticism, he didn't let the naysayers hold him back. Instead, driven by his unwavering faith and love for his family, he took one step at a time. He gathered the materials, consulted his family, and began the arduous construction. He didn't question why or doubt his purpose. He simply trusted in God's guidance and worked diligently towards completing the ark. This act of obedience saved not only Noah and his family, but also many animals, preserving life during the Great Flood. Similarly, we too encounter moments in our lives when we're called to take seemingly impossible leaps of faith, a new career path, a leap of commitment in a relationship, a decision to start a family, or maybe even quitting a toxic job. These moments test our courage and determination, but they also hold the potential for incredible growth and fulfillment. The key lies in embracing the journey, trusting in our inner compass, and taking one step at a time. Just as Noah didn't let criticism deter him, we must resist the urge to shrink in the face of challenges. Remember the mocking laughter of those who questioned Noah's sanity as he labored day after day on his ark? Their mockery echoed through the land, casting doubt on his mission. Yet Noah remained steadfast, immune to the taunts, and focused on his divine task. In moments of intense pressure, when doubts whisper in our ears and skepticism surrounds us, it's essential to anchor ourselves to our core values and aspirations. Let the negativity of others roll off your shoulders like water off a duck's back. Stay committed to your goals without being consumed by their criticism. As Noah approached completion of the ark, the rains began, turning his actions from madness into necessity. Those who had scoffed suddenly realized the wisdom of his preparation. They knocked on the ark's door seeking shelter, but it was too late. Only those who had heeded God's warning and entered the ark were safe. When we stay true to our purpose, even when it's misunderstood or mocked, we position ourselves to thrive. When the world shifts and circumstances change, those who have prepared will be the ones who not only survive, but flourish. Looking back at Noah's journey, it's evident that his willingness to step into the unknown and embrace the call of the divine led him to become a beacon of hope for humanity. After the flood subsided, Noah and his family emerged from the ark to a world cleansed and renewed. As the sun peeked through the clouds, they saw a magnificent rainbow arcing across the sky, a symbol of God's promise to never again destroy the earth by flood. Noah's story isn't just a tale of survival, it's a testament to the power of faith, obedience, and the transformative nature of hope. It teaches us that even in the darkest times, when the storms of life seem relentless, there's always a glimmer of hope waiting around the bend. All we need to do is keep moving forward, one step at a time. So the next time you face a challenge that seems too big to handle, remember Noah and his ark. Embrace the journey, trust in your purpose, and stay anchored to your core values. Let the naysayers fade into the background as you focus on your path. For just as Noah found his way through the flood, you too can navigate the storms of life and emerge into a brighter, more hopeful future. And if you want to dive deeper into the message of hope in times of trouble, check out this video here. Let's keep our journey of faith and inspiration alive together.